Thanks, Shoops, and good evening. Yeah, already evening. Good evening to members of the media. Um, well, I think first half we played well. We rushed a little bit at times when we were in possession, and we then couldn't really find momentum with the passes. And then when we were stressed a little bit, we then went for a lot more longer passes than the shorter passes, and then the longer passes put you in bigger possibilities for turnovers. And then when you've got bigger possibilities for turnovers, because you're playing longer passes of 15, 20, 25 meters, then your team is a little bit stretched and you can't regain the ball a little bit quicker than you would like. And then some of the big events of the first half then also don't go for us. The injury to Peter compromised our high press plan, because we knew that they had two left-footed centre halves, and we had a little bit of a plan in how we wanted to approach the high press, and with Peter being a predominant feature in that. But okay, we lost Peter, and then of course then you lose Kermit, so you've got your front line, which you've prepared for the high press, as I said, out. But fortunately, then we get the goal just before halftime, which then changes the whole halftime talk, to be honest, because you scratch a lot of these plans and these situations, because when we got the red card, you're already thinking about how to adopt and help the team to settle a little bit on the pitch in the second half, which we then decided to go for a back three with aggressive wing backs, so a 3-4-2, because we've got one man down, but we needed the two up front because we wanted to press a little bit more aggressive against the two centre backs. And then we expected, and we spoke about it at halftime, that expect Mbulu, Makgopa, Makgaga, and Sithole sort of front four. And then they did go that route, and we struggled to deal with the second balls, long balls, and then we struggled when they went aggressive to press with a four on top from our build-ups, and particularly when we went to Rushin on the left, and we were compromised a little bit with his right foot. But okay, good. We then changed, and we knew we needed a little bit more balance with Ricardo Nascimento, because the picture completely changed. In the second half, they were more aggressive with the press. They committed more numbers with the press. It meant that the midfield line stepped up, the defensive line had to step up, and when they stepped up, they left spaces behind. And then you've got two problems to solve. One is to solve by exploiting the space behind, and the other by giving the team the right sort of personality and character on build-up. And Ricardo gave us that, and we knew that once we stabilized with Ricardo, and we could find the pass into the midfield from the defensive line, we then needed speed to run behind the defensive line. And so Tapelo was the right person to be able to give us, because of his familiarity in having played that role before. And then we had to make the big decision to substitute Pavol. And I said to him, even now, and even in the flash interview after the match, I said, we apologize to Pavol, because he's a very, very good person, a gentle giant. And it tore our hearts to pull him off, particularly because he had come on as a sub, and you know that footballers don't really like that. But the red card and being one man down, and then the events, the way they went, unfortunately, we had to do what's best for the club. So in one way, it's a pity, and we apologize to Pavol, because it's not nice to do that to a football player, and we don't like that. We love our players and we want the best from our players, but at the same time, we've also got a big responsibility to support and help the team to get the result. And unfortunately, that's the decision. But good, congratulations to Baroka for the fight and for the contest, and then congratulations to the Sundowns players for a gallant performance, particularly in the second half.
Thank you, Coach. I don't see any hands.
Good, so I can go.
Yeah, I think you can go, but
I've got a game. I've got a Pirates match against Swallows to go analyze.
Yeah.
No, we have questions. We have questions. Man.
Please go ahead while you're on the mic.
Yeah.
Then after that, Lorenzo. Okay, Lorenzo, TT, please go ahead. Then Fidel. I don't know if you have a question, Mazola. After that, can we have we'll keep it at 5 hands or 5 questions, please. So Lorenzo, please go ahead.
Coach, just update in the team news on Twitter, there wasn't Gaston Serino listed as a player that wasn't unavailable, but he wasn't in the team today. Over the past few weeks, it looks like he was getting back into the lineup. Can you just shed some light over why he didn't play today?
Yeah, I don't want us to dwell too much on Gaston and his unavailability today. I'd rather focus on the performances. I mean, what a performance by Andile Jali today. It was fantastic. Andile ran his socks off. I mean, you saw 89th, 90th minute, there was a counter-attack that he led. Normally, we know after that type of sprint, high-intensity run, there's some form of muscular complications thereafter, but he's been unbelievable this season, AJ. And a brilliant performance from young Pizzo, very influential in our offensive schemes, very intensive and intentional with the usage of the ball. And then, of course, Tembazwane, special, how he leads the front line. So I'd like us to focus a lot more on these players that were on the pitch and helping the team. And we will speak about Gaston when the time is right. But at this moment in time, I'd prefer not to comment on Gaston's unavailability.
Thank you, Coach. TT, Shabala Bakula.
Coach, grand.
Mnanda Tamwena.
Grand, Coach, grand. You know, it always keeps us inspired to see you doing this both sides. I mean, Epukwinoko na Sundowns, you're still winning, but there's a topic for another day. Coach, I just want to find out something from you. Having spoken, probably I just take it that you've spoken to Romeo after the red card. I mean, definitely, Coach, it has something to do with his behavior towards the match official. Where is your headspace as the coach and actually as a technical team when one of your senior and trusted player who has not had game time that you've trusted with the role that you even explained in the pre-match that he needs to get in and be this, that, and the other, and then he does this on the field? And to 10, Coach Ref Makalima, do you perhaps know?
No, Temba. I spoke to Romeo because I saw it on TV. I had already walked into the change room to prepare for the halftime talk and to cut clips to show to the players. And I saw it on TV. When he walked in before everybody else, and I then questioned what had happened. I was also a little bit emotional in the sense that for me, my biggest worry was the next game. You know, because when you lose Peter and then you lose Kemet on a suspension, you then worry because you've lost two of your strikers. So yeah, we'll find out. The first yellow card looked a little bit soft, in my opinion, but I can understand why he was booked for that because there does seem like there was a bit of a scuffle and all of that. But these are handbags, man. These are part of these things that happen in football, and maybe talking to both players would have been sufficient. But all right, we focus on trying to find solutions for the Pirates match because that's the next match, and I don't want to dwell too much on the Romeo situation. TT.
Thank you, Coach. Fidel, one question each, guys, please, so we can get the other hands. Fidel.
Sbonge. Thank you. Evening, Coach. Evening, colleagues. And congratulations, Coach. Tough 3 points. I'm sure you've seen the new DStv Compact Cup. What have you made of it? And can you imagine losing a player like Shalulile to a tournament like that, which has no bearing on anything, when you have things like Champions League ahead and the league to wrap up, what have you made of the competition and the concept? Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Fidel. Look, to tell you the truth, Fidel, I don't know too much about the competition. I listened to the presser yesterday. The presser came while we were on the pitch, and then I listened to the catch-up version. And I'm still not so clued up. We've asked management from Sundowns to try to put us in the loop, but it's very difficult for them to also give us information on match day -1. So we'll have our meeting tomorrow. They'll brief us, and I think then the club will inform us about what direction to take, because clearly it comes in a space where we've got our off season and then our little break, and we'd love to have our team together for that, whether it's for full recovery or whether it's to prepare for the second half of the season, which is very important for us because it's got the Champions League group stages. And then also it's the business end of the season where trophies are won and lost. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, and we'll take it from there. But I don't think I've got enough information about the tournament to give you a very concrete and conclusive answer. So you'll forgive me for that.
Thank you, Coach. Mazola, Malefe.
Thanks, Shupi. Coach, my question, just looking ahead a little bit with the Pirates game on Friday, I think it is. I mean, obviously, I'm assuming you would have planned ahead, but to warn the players against maybe complacency. I mean, over the last couple of seasons, it's really been a mismatch between Pirates and Sundowns. How do you sort of navigate that the players don't go into the game a bit maybe too complacent, a bit too proud of what they've done against Pirates over the last few seasons?
If there is any level of complacency for that match, and that is a big if, and I'll tell you why I say it's a big if, but if there is any level of complacency, then and if there is one team that can be forgiven for being complacent, is Mamelodi Sundowns. If you've lost one game over 2 seasons, your last match was against Al Ahly. You've gone, I don't know how many games you've gone in total, because for me, I focus on winning football matches and not these records. But if there is a team that has the right and has bought itself the right to be complacent, it is this team. This team doesn't get enough appraisal. This team doesn't get enough recognition for the amount of work that they've done. Being 2 points away from possibly the best performance in relation to a calendar year, and setting so many records in the process, winning games, playing at such a high level with consistency and intensity and aggression, and fighting like today they fought to win football matches. You can forgive them if for 1 or 2 games they don't play well. But as I said, it's a big if, because I don't think that with us in the change room that is possible, 1. And I don't think, 2, that with the type of characters that we have in that changing room, that is possible. We will go like we always go to every match, to play to win. So Pirates will come, we will host them, but we'll host them with the drive to try to win the football match. So you can be rest assured that there will be no level of complacency from our side. No chance.
There's a hand from Savja. And in the meantime, Robin Duke, please send a message just in case.
No, Mara, I think Robin is upgraded his
network. Okay.
His network. I think so. Let's give him a chance.
All right, that's fine.
Robs.
No, wait. Let's start with Savja first, then after that it's you, Robin. Okay.
Thanks, okay.
Okay, let's go ahead to Savja first.
Coach Tapang from Sokala Duma.
quick one. You look at your squad. It's almost January now.
Yeah.
Is there any need for transfer activity at Sundowns, in your opinion, as coaches, in terms of whether you're bringing in people or maybe sending out people who need game time elsewhere? Has this already been discussed, and what are your thoughts on possibly bringing in or letting a few players go?
You know, normally I read about our transfer news from Sokaladuma tips, because you've got Scorpions all over, and your Siagoboza crew is extremely active. So I'm surprised that instead of informing me that we've signed one or two players, you pose such an interesting question. But yeah, well, look, every window there's work to be done. I think we are very close to concluding one transfer incoming. We are very close, but I'm very tight-lipped on that. The club will release a statement, but yeah, we are very close to signing a player who will be very important for us for this season. And we felt that we needed a bit more cover with regards to that. We don't have that type of profile, and an interesting profile, but hopefully we can still strengthen with one or two others, but not too many, not too much business in this window. Maybe one or two to go on loan, and one or two to come back, to come into the team and to try and prepare for the Champions League.
Last question from Robin. Please go ahead, Mr. Madlala. Robin.
Coach, last season, Mangowa Mniti targeted the 71 points in the one that you guys accumulated in 2015-2016 season. And then looking at right now, 40 points after 16 games. Do you think it is possible, Coach, that you will able to go on and break that 71 points you guys had that season?
It's quite possible, Robin. But as I said earlier, we are not in the space of chasing records. We are not in the space of winning and managing winning and all of that. We manage performances, because performances are part of the process. And when the performances are good, then you tick the bucket in relation to winning games, which is what we are here to do. And then, of course, the follow-up consequences of winning football matches is to win championships and trophies, which is what we are in the business of doing at Mamelodi Sundowns. This institution is about winning every single game. But to do that, you've got to make sure that you are at the right level of performance. You're at the right level of focus. And this is what these players do. They perform at the right intensity with the right aggression on the pitch. We spoke about what type of team we want to be at the beginning of the season, and already you can see that we are a team that not a lot of people like to play against. We have a very awkward way of playing, and very measured. I was listening to Mushine Trugal's podcast interview just last night, and very interesting in how he actually described our playing model and some of the bits and pieces that he spoke about in relation to how we compare to a lot of overseas teams. And we took that with a lot of humility and appreciate the kind words, but also at the same time, we want to continue to improve and continue to work hard, because we know how long this season is going to be. And we know how difficult it is to be able to win the championship in this country. And ours is just to continuously go beyond the milestones, which then means 2 weeks ago, we told the players congratulations on getting the 30 points mark, which means you stay in the PSL once more. And today they get the 40 points mark, which then means that we are guaranteed a top 8 finish. Over the last couple of years, 36, 37, maybe 39 points guarantees you a top 8 finish. So 40 points, definitely for sure, we finish in the top 8. So congratulations again to our players for finishing or overstepping a landmark. But, you know, all these small achievements need to be appreciated, because it's a biblical principle. For you to be blessed with even bigger and greater things, you've got to appreciate the small. And we just live in that space where we've got this minute and very telescopic microscopic sort of focus rather on the here and the now. And then the next one is Pirates. So we recover, we rest tonight. We come back in for regen and do some tactical work with video analysis on our next opponent. And so there's a lot of work to be done for corrections tonight to watch this game. And then to watch Pirates' last 2 or 3 performances, which means we have to go back to the Swallows match that they've got today, and then also try to look at their game against Baroka, try to look at their game against Cape Town City, and those are the ones that are on the library, and maybe even go even deeper and deeper, because they deserve a lot of respect. They're turning the results now. And you see the position that they now sit in, that gives them a lot of confidence. I saw within the first 3 minutes, they were already 1-0 up through Shandu, who's now scored in 2 consecutive matches as a fullback even, so yeah, very awkward structure with Pirates. Paseka Marco is playing a very, very different role. Hoto is very important for them. So there's a lot of work. So we've got a lot of work. So analysis and corrections, and to prepare these players for the next match. But kudos, like once more, kudos, hats off to this incredible group of players. Congratulations to our technical team, Coach Mangoba, Coach Steve Kompela, the entire support staff, including our analysts. Congratulations to the senior management of the club for their support and everybody involved. And also congratulations to our fans. This one was very important for them and a well-deserved. There were games that we've won, we feel not so good, but today a well-deserved 3 points, and congratulations to Mamelodi Sundowns for bagging the 3 points against a very, very difficult side.